I was at the doctor yesterday.
¿Por qué way?
Well, like, I was talking to him, and then he said something. He said that I was morbidly obese. It's pretty cool.
Morbidly a beast. God, this guy. Hey, can I talk to you about something?
What?
It's kind of personal. Just weird. We're about to get real. You know, my family has been going through like family therapy and blah 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 because everyone's human and stuff like that. My parents, blah blah blah. Because first of all, therapy is good for you. Seriously, you don't have to be like a cuckoo brain, and you don't have to have like huge trauma. Like a therapist is just someone that you can talk to and be honest with, and you can tell them stuff.
We're all a little cuckoo here and there,
Okay, Facebook post. Okay.
We're all a little cuckoo.
Come on, guys. I'm not the only one that wakes up screaming every morning. Yeah, a therapist is just someone that you could trust and talk to, and they give you ways to deal with stuff. That's all they are. Yeah. So, and that everyone can benefit from that. So, we were having like family therapy and blah, 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 right? And then the therapist talked to me, and obviously this is on Zoom because of the times. The therapist said, and I quote, and talking about me, talking to me, right? He said, a PhD therapist said, this generation will be the first generation that isn't better than the last. And he's talking about Gen Z specifically. And me being in the session, I was like, what makes you come to that conclusion? And he said, because this is the first generation that doesn't want to buy land, doesn't want to buy new cars, and is okay with not like having basically materialistic things. Yeah. And to me, I was like, but why is that not better? Because older generations, they measure better and being more abundant as with materialistic. So you have to have a big house and a new car and a bunch of cars and land and fancy clothes and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And with us, he said specifically, he said that minimalists are a virus. This is coming from a PhD. Yeah. And you know what? After the session, after every session, he asks that we keep everything that we talk about like discreet and to keep it confidential. Yeah. Like within the family, obviously, because it's our business. So I figured like why not talk about it like on YouTube, on the internet, right? Why not share it? Why not share it, right? Yeah, because it was. Why not?
That's so interesting.
Yeah. So I had that experience and it was very weird because it was pointed at me because he's like, so what do? Do you go to school? And I was like, no, I do YouTube. Oh yeah. And then all of a sudden the whole spotlight was on me. Yeah. And it's like, well, you know what?
He saw that as a problem.
He turned our therapy session into like being my dad or some shit. Be like, you know what? Your generation is the first generation that's not gonna be better than the last because you don't want land and blah blah blah. And, minimalism is a very popular thing. I don't think it's bad. It's just a sign of the times.
Definitely.
We're literally running out of space. Literally. There's a lot of us. We're running out of space. And I think we're starting to be okay with like, hey, I don't need a front yard. That's okay. You know what I need? I need a roof over my head and a bed to sleep in and some clothes all the same color. Who cares? You feel me? I feel like we're the first generation that's like, yeah, life's pretty good just the way it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
With
where we are.
Exactly.
Stuff, yeah,
we're not always like, oh, I need a big house. And of course, there's going to be exceptions with everything. But I just had that experience and I'm like, I didn't know that there was because we've talked about the big discrepancy between like the big gap between like Gen Z and like boomers.
Misunderstanding that
exactly.
Sure.
And they think that we're kind of like rubbing it in their face like, haha, we don't need what you have to be happy. Because where else do you think that anger is coming from? Because it's like why would my lack of desire for like things, why would that make you mad?
Do you want to know why?
Tell me.
Because they did the same shit.
Tell me.
They did the same thing when they were younger.
Really?
The reason why baby boomers are so notorious for being like disliked is because they never suffered a day in their life. Like baby boomers had good ass childhoods, just like how we kind of have a really good like times, like we never really like were worried about being drafted or like just stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like we didn't really have as many worries. Baby boomers were the same because they were in between like wars. You know what I mean? Like they were in this like perfect little spot where they were super privileged and, you know, money was really good. The economy was really good. And they were chilling. Yeah. So they've always been chilling, but they didn't really like take advantage of it for the future. And now that they're suffering, now that it's like, oh, stuff sucks, everyone with money is doing well, everyone that didn't take advantage of their time isn't doing well, they're seeing kind of like a repetition because like there is nothing new under the sun, you know what I mean? So that they're seeing that and they're like,
they say history repeats.
History doesn't repeat, it rhymes.
I'm sorry.
History rhymes.
Slap on the neck.
And so like they're seeing that, and I feel like they're just seeing themselves and they're getting kind of upset themselves, even though it's not the exact same. Like we're not really living the exact same thing that they're living. We have the age of technology, we have like all this information. There was a lady standing behind me when I was getting a present from my mother, and this lady was talking to these people next to her about how we need to start calling it the Chinese virus. People are so sensitive these days. She's like, I'm so glad that I wasn't born in your guys' age because we had all the music. She said that. Oh my
gosh, she did not say that.
She did say that. She said, we had all the music. We had all the fun. And then someone was like, talking about like, whatever, like someone was just trying to have a conversation with her, I guess. And they were just saying like, like I feel like this generation's really nice because we have like a lot of knowledge and we're pretty smart. And she's like, I wasn't as informed when I was your guys' age.
Shut the fuck
and
up,
it's funny because she saw that as like a negative, you know?
Yeah, because she didn't get to have that in a sense.
Because not being informed meant that you had more fun. For her, like in her brain, it's like I had more fun because I was informed. And the reason why is because she was white. Because if you're not informed to a white person, that just means you don't know that the world is worse than what you're experiencing.
There you go. Yeah, being ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, ignorance is genuinely bliss.
Yeah,
so
honestly.
It makes sense.
What you don't know won't hurt you.
It comes at the expense of you and I. You know what I mean? Like, we really do have to experience the shit that is caused by that.
Yeah.
And I guess what a lot of people are realizing now is like, oh, like, life's not perfect. And some kids are taking that to an extent, you know? They're going to a point where they're like, going to their parents like, you brainwashed me, and like they're pretending like it's this big deal, right? But I think we'll come to a point where everything kind of, hopefully it starts to equalize and we start laying some ground. Definitely. And once we're old enough, like Gen Z in general, once they're old enough, I feel like we can come to an understanding with baby boomers because we're so similar. Like we are genuinely so similar to them, and I feel like we'll understand them once they get so old that they can't really put any opinion anyway.
No, definitely. Like, and it's like what is a 70-year-old gonna yell at a 40-year-old for? Yeah, that's what I had to say. Isn't that weird though?
Yeah, that sucks. Because I wish that they didn't see everything as a problem. Yeah. And I think it makes sense, like, I see why someone with that kind of brain would think as, like, YouTube as a cancer. Because, like, if you look up what is the number one wanted job of young kids, like,
is
people under 18, YouTube.
Wow.
It's the number one most sought out job.
That makes sense.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. We wanted to be rappers.
Yeah, and like before that, it was like police or firemen. So you can see why they're like, oh shit, something's wrong. You know, like they're like, whoa, like what happened? Because now it's going from that to that. And it's like the true answer, because it seems like a huge problem at first when you hear it.
It waves back and forth, you know, like
that, and also because when you ask someone, why would you want to do YouTube? Because I can do whatever I want.
There you go.
That's what YouTube is. It's like you can do whatever you want and make money off of it. Of course a kid is going to be like, I want to do that. Yeah. Because they're indecisive.
Yeah.
Indecisive kids are going to want to do YouTube. Yeah. And they do YouTube. So many kids do YouTube and then they stop when they get older because they want to do different things. Yeah. So it makes sense when someone under
grow,
18. Yeah, exactly.
But not us.
True, yeah.
You know, those kids.
I don't get over it.
Those kids get like practical jobs, and you know they go to school and they become lawyers and doctors and firemen
But we're gonna struggle forever.
Yeah, no. But and then they mature, and then they're happy.
Yeah, not me.
Nope, not over here.
Not me. Never. Hey. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you join my Discord link in the description.
Thank you guys for watching even more.
And if you'd like, also check out the Patreon link in the description. Thank you to these patrons. I really appreciate you guys for being able to support us. So yeah, thank you. God is good.
God is great.
Peace.